Hey everyone, it's Webpaint. Let's talk about The Witcher 4. So the joint CEO, Mikhail Nowowski, I apologize if I mispronounced that, I most likely did, has announced that The Witcher 4, also known as Project Polaris, for anybody that does not know, is officially in full-scale production. At the time, we know little about The Witcher 4. Also, I'm just going to call it The Witcher 4 instead of Project Polaris just to avoid any confusion, because it is pretty much The Witcher 4. But we do know that Geralt is going to be the main focus of this game. Posted at Webpaint, I just want to clarify that I did say isn't. I know it may sound like is, but Geralt will not be the main focus of The Witcher 4. But we do know that his voice actor, Doug Cockle, is going to be a part of the game in some way. Personally, I'm really kind of hoping that we can customize our own Witcher. I really want to make my own Witcher inside the universe. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I also love making my own characters in RPGs. I feel like that's always way more fun, in my opinion, playing someone else. I feel like I just can kind of immerse myself a little bit more into the role and, do the role playing in the role playing game. So for this video, we're going to be looking at the Eurogamer article that was done recently featuring CDPR's Vice President of Technology, Charles Tremblay. So he stated that the game is going to be bigger, better, and greater than The Witcher 3. It'll be better than Cyberpunk because for us, it's unacceptable. We do not want to go back. Now, they're not talking about Cyberpunk, the game, as a whole, but rather than the launch of Cyberpunk, because we all remember how messy that was. It really was just horrible. I mean, the state of the early console versions, the PS4, which honestly they shouldn't have released on PS4, and I think they know that. That was just I mean, absolutely horrible. It was so bad, dude. It was a buggy mess. But despite the flaws, Cyberpunk has kind of become what its true vision was supposed to be, It's really fully realized into that game that they were advertising for the most part, Maybe we're missing a few features, but other than that, it has become that game that they really truly advertised, and it's a great game as well. I really got to get more time into it. I've only beaten it once. I do want to give it a few more retries, but I just haven't gotten around to them. Now, I do want to say regarding Cyberpunk, these redemption stories in gaming are really nice, but let's not forget that these games are sold at a full price and usually broken at launch, which just kind of is super shitty for us, the consumers, and really just for everyone. It's just really not a good time and experience for anybody. Tremblay has also stated that The Witcher 4 will not be smaller and it will not be worse than The Witcher 3. So we have a lot of big promises so far, and hopefully we can see those come true, because that's really all I want to see. I just want to see a great game. Tremblay has also stated they're going to change the structure of their teams. They want to start by nailing each stage of production before they move on to the next stage, and they don't want to mess it up again by moving on to new things when they're not ready, and they know that they'll have to pay the consequences if they were to do that. Again, gonna be using Cyberpunk as this example because they did mess up that launch, and I know The Witcher 3 had a little bit of a buggy launch as well, but Cyberpunk was just pretty notorious for their launch. It seems like CDPR is just really not, wanting to make those past mistakes again, which is really just good overall. And yeah, I'm really happy because this does seem to show that players have a voice. We made ourselves heard with that, the launch just being so rough. And it really did help, having our voice be heard. And, these developers messed up and they know that, and they're afraid to mess up again, and they don't want to disappoint us. And I do want to say that I do trust CD Projekt Red with future titles. I really think that they got a little in over their head with Cyberpunk and the success of Witcher 3, which is what led to the, eventual downfall of Cyberpunk, even though it is better now. So Tremblay and Eurogamer also got to the topic of console, and they said that they're not going to want to work on console versions super late to the development cycle again, because they know that was a mistake with Cyberpunk, and now they have a broader visibility for all the platforms that they're aiming to have the game on. So they're really going to be able to narrow down and make sure that every version is perfect. Our interviewer here also asked if CD Projekt Red would adapt Larian's kind of release on PC first and then console versions later model. I won't lie, the question kind of shocked me. I was surprised that they really asked that. I was not really expecting them to ask something like that. Thankfully, Tremblay did reply though. It said that they have not discussed it fully, but they have had some thought into it, but most likely they will not have a PC launch only. So it looks like the console people can most likely rest on that front, and that's just great. It's good news overall, because I want games to be spread out for all of us to enjoy, because that's really what all of us, should want as the consumers. We want good games. We don't want any, shitty, buggy launches anymore. We just want good games, man. That's really all we're asking for. And it feels really good again to, have developers that, are not soulless corporate evil people and want to acknowledge those mistakes and instead of playing them off. It feels really nice to feel a part of the community once again with developers. I feel like that's kind of how it used to be in the early 2000s, but I feel like there's so much money and big stakes and investors involved now that it really is kind of skewed what the whole vision of gaming is really. Now, Eurogamer also got the chance to speak with Pal Sasko discussing Project Hadar, which is the studio's brand new IP, and Sasko was the lead quest designer on The Witcher 3, and he's now associate game director on Project Orion, which is going to be Cyberpunk's sequel game. This guy's really cool, honestly. He's pretty active on socials, and he talks in the community a lot, especially on Twitter and stuff like that. You definitely should, shoot him a message. He might respond. Sasko did say in 2023 that the Hadar team is very small. They're kind of more in the concept board phase where they're just brainstorming ideas to kind of just, come up with this game and just figuring out all the different parts, because they don't want to hire a huge team and just have all these employees so early on in the concept. You know what I mean? You know, I love to hear this because I'm so sick of these games having like fumbled development cycles and production hells and just being in constant loops of like never coming out. And it's just, you know, switching like the dev cycles and all that is just such a pain in the ass. So CD Projekt Red really seems to be moving forward very carefully and taking the smart move this time, which I'm really happy to hear. I don't want them to fail. I want them to succeed. Overall, I think that The Witcher 4 is going to be a fantastic game. I think it'll really be great. CD Projekt Red hopefully has this in the bag. I put around like 100-ish hours into The Witcher 3 and I still have not beat it. I know I really need to get around to it. Eventually I will, for sure, without a doubt. So let me know if you guys are excited for The Witcher 4 and any of the upcoming projects from CD Projekt Red. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.